This is Daily Blast Live. We're talking about what you're talking about. Real, honest, entertaining, live. DBL starts right now.
3, 2.
Hi, welcome to Daily Blast Live. It's Tuesday, November 19th. I'm here with Al, Brandon, Lindsay, and I'm Tori. Let's get right to it. The impeachment inquiry, dun, 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 into the president is happening as we speak. So first up to testify today are Lieutenant Colonel Alexander Vindman of the National Security Council. He's on the right, and Jennifer Williams, an advisor to the VP, is on the left. Both were called on the phone call between Trump and the Ukrainian president. Now, this is a live look at the hearings. Earlier in his opening statement, Vindman talked about the character attacks that he and others who are testifying have actually suffered. I want you to take a look at this.
I want to take a moment to recognize the courage of my colleagues who have appeared and are scheduled to appear before this committee. I want to state that the character attacks on these distinguished and honorable public servants is reprehensible. It is natural to disagree and engage in spirited debate, and this has been the custom of our country since the time of our founding fathers. But we are better than personal attacks.
Meantime, Republicans are using their time to identify the whistleblower, and it led to this incredibly tense exchange. Take a look at this.
Ranking member, per the advice of my counsel and the instructions from the chairman, I've been advised not to provide any specifics on who I have spoken to inside the intelligence community.
But you're here to answer questions, and you're here under subpoena. So you can either answer the question or you can plead the fifth.
If I could interject, counsel is correct. Whistleblower has the right, statutory right to anonymity. These proceedings will not be used to out the whistleblower.
Also, you can't take the fifth unless you've been indicated in some kind of a crime, which he has not. Let's be clear. I want to show you one last tiny little clip. This is a big moment. It's going viral. Take a look when Nunes addressed him as Mr. Vindman. Take a look.
Mr. Vindman, you testified in your deposition that you did not know the whistleblower.
Ranking member, it's Lieutenant Colonel Vindman, please.
Lieutenant Colonel Vindman.
Right. I wanted to show that because you know what? The respect wasn't shown, in my opinion. How do you guys take it?
Look, Lieutenant Colonel Vindman is a Purple Heart veteran who has shed blood for our country. Yeah. So no matter what, we should be listening to him and keep our ears and minds open. I think that Nunes and him had that little rift back and forth, but Nunes really wants to know what the connection was and who he spoke to after the phone call that he was on with Trump. And I think they want to know that to make sure there's no partisan motives in some of this coming forward from the whistleblower, who we still don't know who it is.
They're trying to oust the whistleblower. But just call it what it is.
But they're trying to figure out the connections because, as you saw that was reported, maybe Schiff had some connection with the whistleblower prior to all this. If that's the case, that kind of changes everything, even if the whistleblower is not partisan.
First of all, trying to oust a whistleblower during this testimony is totally wrong, irrelevant, and against the law, in my opinion. At this point, do you like the way that he's being treated? A Purple Heart Iraq veteran who is doing his duty with no partisan politics. Do you like the way Devin Nunes spoke to him?
Absolutely not. I think in the beginning of this testimony, Schiff came out and said we need to change the narrative, and I thought that everybody today would take a different tone with people that are respected. Just because somebody's respected doesn't mean you don't ask them questions. That's what they're there for. I would appreciate if it was taken with the utmost respect. Like I said, he shed blood for this country.
I agree. What do you guys think?
Just what did Aretha Franklin say? Little respect.
Yeah.
Little respect for a Purple Heart veteran. You know, when we came back from showing that clip, our cameraman Rob just said nice.
Yep.
And I think he speaks for a lot of Americans. It's like, no matter what happens with these proceedings, we all just kind of want to see this, first of all, get done so we can move on and maybe pass a bill.
Could you imagine?
I mean, let's not get in the la-la land. But, you know, no matter how it goes down, like no matter if you're having a disagreement with somebody that you love, somebody that you're at home with, you don't immediately just disrespect them. You're like, we have a difference of opinion on this, but you're someone that I chose to share my life with. So we're going to start there. So let's start with this guy's a person that shed blood for this country, and let's start there and then move forward.
Yeah. Because we all agreed on that. So trying to go after him and trying to insinuate that this man has dual loyalties is going to backfire. It's going to backfire against him, and it is insulting.
You're right. Yeah. We are getting breaking news that also there is a report that they have credible evidence that he might be threatened, his family, and there is a report they're considering moving him and his family to a secret location allegation, much like Christine Blasey Ford. So just know this is real. Threats come. So that's all alleged, but we are hearing that news right now. Let us know what you guys think as well. Well, a senior Trump official has resigned under pressure. This is Mina Chang. Get to know her. She was accused of lying on her resume in order to get her job at the State Department. She's even accused of faking a Time magazine cover. She's now resigned, although she calls the allegations against her completely false.
That's why she resigned?
That's why she resigned. So I want to know.
You can't just say stuff.
I know.
What?
She made up a job on the UN panel that isn't real.
This is an example of speaking into existence, fake it until you make it up. It's not her fault that the employers didn't check her background. Really?
I agree with Would you say that same thing about a babysitter that you hired?
Yes, if I vetted them and then all of a sudden they were serial
you and Colin would be like, yeah, we accidentally hired a felon. We should have checked.
So you're saying if I steal something and I don't get caught, it's not my fault?
I ain't saying that.
All right, I want to go around the whole.
Because remember this happened with Republican John Ratcliffe, and people were trying to pressure Trump on like, why didn't you guys vet him? He said, I gave his name to the press. You guys vetted him for me. So I mean, like she said, that's what she wanted to do. She wanted to be a senior official.
You don't have the press vet jobs for the White House. Brandon, if you had to be on the cover of a magazine, in your dreams, what would it be?
In my dreams?
Yeah.
I'm going to speak it into existence just like her. We're going to do GQ, Brandon London.
Ooh.
Oh, there we go.
Hey,
that looks like it's already a cover.
Right?
You're doing right.
All right, Miss Granger, what would you do?
I would be one of the only people that's been on the Oprah magazine.
Oh,
me and chilling.
I love
You look like you're stalking her.
Yeah, you look uncomfortably close. Like, hello.
Photobomb.
All right, Albert.
I would go with Black Enterprise. I want to do a
Black
lot.
Enterprise.
Yeah. There we go.
Look at that
Stands up in the
cheesy
boardroom.
Smile.
Yeah, I look like I own a bunch of car dealerships.
Top comic stands up in the boardroom.
I like that.
If it were mine, you know mine 100% would be just cross stitch.
Now, who else is buying that?
That is so boutique that you would never get caught if it was a lie.
By the way, I am making that birdhouse as we speak, and I had it in the in my purse.
I hate to admit it, but you're getting really good.
I'm getting really good.
I used to make fun of you. I'm like, that's really
Now
good.
it's getting good, guys. It's getting good. All right.
Fun.
Well, we have the interesting message here from South Dakota. I don't know if y'all have heard from it's about a message about meth. Meth, we're on it. They've unrolled this anti-methamphetamine campaign, which cost the state nearly $500,000. Let's all just take a look.
I'm on meth.
I'm on meth.
I'm on it too. So am I.
So am I.
I'm on meth.
Meth is not someone else's problem. It's everyone in South Dakota's problem. And we need everyone to get on it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it.
I'm on it too.
Twitter has not been kind to the campaign. One person tweeted, I'm guessing Walter White is in charge of South Dakota's Meth, We're On It campaign. Another person came up with rejected slogans like meth, just do it. And my favorite, got meth? Now the governor is responding saying, hey, Twitter, the whole point of this ad campain is to raise awareness. So I think that's working.
Really
is this a good idea or bad?
I know she's defensive.
Great. What's wrong with that?
Don't act like that's what you meant to do.
Right.
Don't act like that's what you meant to. It'd be like if I picked up your mug and dropped it and shattered it and be like, well, I'm trying to reduce your carbon footprint. So like that's what. It's like, no, you messed up. And this is why you need Tori. You always say, what did Obama say? If I'm in a room and everybody agrees with me,
I'm in the wrong room.
It's okay to have at least one person in the room that's like, that looks a little crazy. And we've done stories, the Dove ad, the craziest monkey on the playground or whatever.
H&M.
If there was one person in the room that felt okay enough to be like, hey, CEO, that might not work out, I think we wouldn't have as many of these as we cover.
I want to take it back to what you just said about the Obama quote. What was that? It was a play on words. And that's exactly what this is. They're saying that South Dakota, it's a problem here, and we all have to be in. We all have to be on it.
They're not saying that. This gentleman is on meth.
And they spent $450,000 on this. They could have built so many rehab centers with that money.
Wow,
this is actually not useful to me. I don't know.
Like when Smokey the Bear tried to change from only you can prevent, what is it, Forest
fire.
To get your smoky on. That didn't go over very well either. This is tragic. But at one point, we are talking about it.
Thank you, Tori. We're talking about it.
But we're not talking about meth. We're just making fun of something.
Yes. I mean, it's not, I don't think it's effective.
No disrespect.
I'd like to see the little kids. I'm on it too.
Yeah, that was really creepy.
They're on that problem.
Stop.
They are at 5 years old?
Yeah, how was that little girl on meth? I'm tackling meth.
Thank you.
Right after third period. Stop it.
All right, let us know what you guys think. Are you on meth as well? DBL is live and coming up. 2 loyal DBL viewers have committed to be fit. We are following them on their journey. I'm going to be doing the workouts with them backstage. So let's take the journey on their back to health workout. And you, the viewer, are our 5th host. Chick-fil-A will stop giving money to Christian charities after LGBTQ backlash. Your comments on the controversy coming up next.
This November, escape the winter with a luxury-included Caribbean vacation to Sandals Resorts. Watch Daily Blast Live every day for a word of the day. Then enter at dailyblastlive.com/sandals for your chance to win a 4-day, 3-night escape for 2. The winner will be announced on DBL November 26th. Stop dreaming and start entering for your chance to win the trip of a lifetime. This November, DBL is better than ever.
We're going to go with that.
Don't miss a minute of Daily Blast Live.
Okay, all right.
Hi, DBL Nation. Happy Tuesday. Kelly Schubert here with the DBL Digital Team. I'm, of course, tracking those impeachment hearings today, tomorrow, and Thursday. So Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday of this week, a lot of people testifying, so we'll be keeping an eye on that and bring you any breaking news, as Tori did in this show already. So let's go see what Tori's doing. I know we've got some comments coming in on this. Tori, I know you have a comment you wanted to read.
Yeah, so Tori, your cover looks priceless. Thank you for the cross-stitch thing. People love the covers. Brandy Sprong's writing in about Chick-fil-A, and I just want to get a head start because we're going to get a gazillion comments. She says, I don't agree with Chick-fil-A, but I will still eat there. Just like stars, I don't agree with them on politics, but it won't stop watching their movies or TV shows. Totally understandable point. However, what do you think about the fact, and I just want to open it up, that you know how we always say on the panel, and I get made fun of a lot, that I vote with my wallet and I won't go to certain places because I think my money is important in my constitutional right as a citizen. Do you think it worked? You know what I mean? Like, do you think that people that voted with their wallet on this one and the impact and the reaction, did it work? Is that why they're going back on something that they held very, very dear? It's owned by a very religious family. They don't open on Sunday, and now they're going to drop all those charities, and I'm wondering, did that work?
I don't think so, because I've never driven past a Chick-fil-A that didn't have a line going down the street.
But then why are they not giving those charities anymore?
I mean, maybe
So it has to have worked, no?
some public pressure, but I mean, that's been a narrative with them since the beginning.
That's their thing.
That's their thing.
Totally. It's like in and out. It's like we never freeze anything. This Chick-fil-A has been a very strongly observant Christian establishment. They've been very open about that.
I wonder if maybe the question is, should they be forced to change it?
No.
If that's their business model.
Yeah, of course. But are they changing it because of? Well, we're going to find out what you guys think.
Yeah, it wasn't affecting their business.
Welcome back to DBL. It's time for 5th host, and it might be a great day for Chick-fil-A for supporters of same-sex marriage. Well, after facing international backlash, the fast food chain will no longer make charitable donations to 2 nonprofits that were heavily criticized by LGBTQ advocates for their stance against same-sex marriage. But some critics say, look, this is only a minor step in the right direction. So DBL Nation, we're opening it up to you. Does this change make a difference to you? Lindsay.
Okay, Brenda from Facebook says, I'm extremely disappointed in Chick-fil-A right now. The organizations they will no longer support are worthy of their support. By deciding not to support them, they are discriminating against Christian organizations. And I think they're just expanding their reach to help organizations for homeless and children. Chick-fil-A is my favorite fast food restaurant, so I'm really glad that they're just doing things right finally.
So this makes you want to go a little bit more.
Well, I was going anyway.
Thank you for the honesty.
Average of how often you go. Be honest.
When I lived really close to one, like in the 2 other states, I went probably once a week, twice a week. Now I go like once a month.
That's fair.
I started getting a little chubby.
No, you didn't.
All right. It's going to be hard to top that one. Let's go, Katie. Give me something. Katie from Facebook says, it still funds hate groups. Don't be fooled by this PR stunt. They are just now donating to fewer hate groups. I can't confirm that if they are donating to hate groups or not, but the greatest thing about living in America is if you don't want to go to Chick-fil-A because of whoever it is that they're donating to, you don't have to go to Chick-fil-A. Go get beat up at Popeyes.
Popeyes.
Matthew from Facebook says, I go for the food, not the politics.
Exclamation.
Yeah, there you go, Matthew. And I think a lot of people feel like you do, and you can tell because when you drive past the Chick-fil-A, the line is down the street and around the corner. And again, that's the beautiful thing about America. If you don't want to eat there and you don't like their policies, you just drive by and go to Wendy's like I am. There
I don't have that much self-control.
Now,
Wendy's in 15 minutes. We'll be there.
Okay, let's be honest. You had a problem with Wendy's?
I had a real problem.
With the fish, was it the chicken?
It was the spicy chicken sandwich.
Yeah.
I started my career as a road comic, and you have no money.
Yep.
And you're driving around this country. I probably did 1.5 million miles, and you look for something to remind you of home, and just that smell of the Wendy's chicken unwrapping that.
And who told you had a problem?
My tax guy. Yeah, he goes, do you know how many chicken sandwiches you ate last year?
That's my favorite story.
That's the worst question you could be asked.
You're like, I gotta go.
That's a sad day.
Brett from Facebook says, it shouldn't have taken years of protests to stop spreading the hate. Actually, Brett, I think this is a great move. And I will say, I do vote with my wallet, and it's not just about food. It's also about who they support. And I think when you vote with your wallet and you cause backlash, things make change. And I think we just saw a complete example of that. I think it's an enormous movement to how well social media and people's backlash can actually change how corporations work, and I think it did work. Well, we are learning just how much time Lori Loughlin might spend behind bars. One more story I'm going to, oh Lord, with her. Raquel, what's going on?
Here comes Dory. A legal expert is predicting how much time in jail Lori Loughlin could face with her husband. It's all based on a very similar case. Toby McFarland lied about his kids' athletic backgrounds and paid $450,000 in bribes to get them all into the University of Southern California. He pleaded guilty and was sentenced to 6 months behind bars. Legal analyst Dan Abrams says that sentence is for someone who took responsibility for their actions. Lori is still fighting her charges. So if convicted, he thinks she'll be sentenced to 2 to 3 years in prison.
Raquel, what do you think? You've been following this. I completely agree because he owned up to it. She still isn't doing that, so she's going to get more. Raquel, what do you think?
It depends on what the judge thinks. If he is upset for her fighting the charges, I think it could be even more time.
Yeah, wow.
She's going to have the best lawyers. I don't know about
You're not giving her great strategy, in my opinion.
Keyword,
I mean, these are all parents that were able to bribe with a couple $100,000. So I'm assuming they're not using public defenders either. You know?
It's the Jackson and
first of all, no disrespect to public defenders. They're doing God's work.
They absolutely are.
Shout out to y'all.
You're absolutely right. Coming up on DBL, 2 viewers taking control of their lives and committing to be fit. We follow along on their very first training session and that weigh-in. Let's do it together, guys. Coming up next.
Can I just say this, Tori?
It's going to snow tomorrow.
I know.
And it's 70 today.
Yes, Travis hit us with that right before we put the camera on us, and I think our face shows the sadness. Even though I feel like we're on borrowed time with this weather. Like, weather's been great, so I'm happy.
When you go to
70 degrees, November 20th. Come on. What more can you ask for? So if it snows, it snows. Bring it on. Maybe not. Do you need snow for the season?
You know, I lived in Phoenix for 3 years before this, so I really appreciate seeing some type of weather change. It was like when you look at your weather app, it said the sun, same temperature for like months in a row. You just scroll like. So I like the change.
Hey, Doris Shoemaker says I'm the only person in my family that doesn't like Chick-fil-A. The sauce is like crack. It's so good.
Polynesian
It is. I mean, I could put that on my.
Ketchup with sugar in it.
No. It's like a mustardy
Didn't you
Russian
make it for
dressing.
Copycat Kitchen one time? The Chick-fil-A sauce?
Tori
No,
made
I
it
didn't.
standing
No, I
right there where I
didn't.
stand.
No, I didn't.
Yes, you did.
Your palate is not.
Did I? I don't think I did.
You don't like Chick-fil-A? And you
I think I did.
Wendy's?
You guys, later in the show, we have Popeye's chicken sandwich copycat. Ooh. Spicy chicken sandwich
And
from
I got
Popeyes.
a chance to try it
And
for
she
the first
tried.
time. Thank you. Tori's a good cook.
Can I be?
Yeah, Tori's not a bad
Or should I say?
especially for somebody that doesn't cook.
I cook now at HelloFresh. I made stuffed peppers, y'all. Did you see that?
Directions.
Allegedly.
That's what cooking is. Welcome back to DBL. So yesterday we met Nicole and Matthew, who were selected to take on the DBL 12-week Commit to Be Fit journey. We told you their personal struggles, and today we're going to check back in with them as they hit the gym for the first time. Plus, oy vey, the dreaded weigh-in. Check it out.
I sent Nicole to pick up Matthew in her Uber.
And we're pulling.
It's important for them to get to know each other. They're both going through some bizarre changes together, and so I'm excited for them to talk and get to know one another.
I have to admit though, I'm scared for today.
Nicole and Matthew are coming into Platform Strength. They're gonna meet George and Gary. All right, Matthew, this is your trainer, George. Nicole, this is your trainer, Gary. Nice to meet you too. But most importantly, it's time for a weigh-in. Matthew, you are up first. Okay, go ahead. 318.4.
Now everybody knows what I weigh.
Realistically, what do you feel you can accomplish in these next 12 weeks?
Maybe 290.
Nicole, are you ready? Okay, go ahead and step on. 263.1.
What I saw on the scale is what I've been feeling every time I step on one, which is defeated.
What do you think after 3 months we can get to?
I'm hoping 200, but I'll shoot for 220.
Okay. All right, the guys are gonna set up your circuit, but it's important to know where you're at, and we also wanna keep you injury-free. So I'm gonna put you through a little balance test. I'm gonna do a little gut check. Here you go. Good, now bring it in front. Matthew and Nicole are ready. I feel so good about their energy, about their excitement, about even this workout that they're doing. They have smiles on their faces. They are very willing and able to jump in.
Keep going. We got 10 more. We got 10
And
more.
that's a really good first day.
Matthew, Nicole, that was just the warm-up.
George is gonna take you, Matthew. Gary's gonna take you, Nicole.
Let's see what we got.
Okay. Matthew and Nicole are willing to do everything. That is a really good sign that they are matching up well with their trainer. My job is to make sure that this lasts for 3 months. So, as great as this motivation is, we gotta keep it high and we gotta keep them motivated throughout the 3 months.
Nicely done.
Beautiful. All right.
Here's how this is gonna work. We have 3 months. You're gonna do 3 times a week with your trainers, non-negotiable.
Okay.
2 times a week, non-negotiable on your own. 20 to 30 minutes, whether it's your treadmill, whether it's going on a walk outside, movement in any way, anything in addition to those 5 days a week is optional. Of course, it's gonna be beneficial, but we want this to be sustainable.
Okay.
Does that sound good?
Yeah.
Okay. 1, 2, 3, day one.
The exercise rules have been laid. Next up, nutrition. Emily will teach Matthew and Nicole what foods to keep and what foods to trash, and you do not want to miss it. And if you want to join in on our Commit to Be Fit series, go to emilyschramm.com/DBL for all of the information for free. We'll be right back.
Beauty Blasters, what's up? It's Jeray for the Slay, and today we're talking about that skin that slays. Now, you all have beautiful skin. Don't get me wrong, everyone's beautiful on the inside or whatever, but sometimes we need to update that skincare routine a little bit more to get that glow. Okay, did y'all catch that? That glow. All right. Now, for today's topic, we're talking about toning and the joys of using a toner. Now, it's not as crazy as it used to be. I know you guys are all rolling your eyes at home thinking, oh my gosh, here here we go. He's gonna talk about some sea breeze. Not today, honey. Toners have changed a lot over the years, and as much as we all hated using them when in our teens and how much it dried out our skin with all that alcohol content, in today's world, we actually have much more toners to fit every type of skin type. It's not just for oily or acne-based skin anymore. So let's go ahead and break down a couple for you guys. My favorite is using a gentle toner, something that will simply help to make sure to take off any remnants of makeup after you wash your face and before you apply your moisturizer onto your skin. Now, you don't want it to be too drying and you don't want it to be too active at the same time. So to start, I love the First Aid Beauty Exfoliating Toning Wipes. Now, these guys are little circle pads that are predisposed with serum in them to help to make sure that we are brightening, hydrating, and keeping that skin looking beautiful, honey. Okay. Now, another thing you can also use is a oil control toner. These guys are still out here, but we don't have to use that high alcohol content once again. One of my favorites for these guys is actually from Ole Hendrickson, or you can always check out the Ultra Facial Oil Control Toner from Kiehl's. This guy is amazing for balancing out your skin if you might be a little bit excessively oily, and it's also going to help to make sure that we're minimizing and tightening those enlarged pores if you're more on the oily skin type. Now, another great toner is going to be for radiance in the skin. This guy is one of my favorites and what I use on my skin every night. Peter Thomas Roth Glycolic 8% Toner is amazing for improving radiance and uneven skin tone as well. Now for all of these, all you want to do is either take it out of the package or take a separate cotton round and go ahead and disperse your product onto your cotton, taking it from your T-zone outwards to make sure that we're smoothing any of that extra makeup right off of our skin and applying the serum where we need it. Now, you guys check out some of those toners. There's every type of toner from drugstore to prestige. So let me know your favorites down below or write me on any social media platform at Jure for the Slay. We'll see you guys next time.
This November, DBL is better than ever. We're talking with the father of school shooting victim, Kendrick Castillo.
You know, he was my best friend, and he was the love of his mother's life.
A woman finds out her mother's fertility doctor may be the father.
I'm thinking my dad is not my biological father.
Meeting a transgender mountain climber determined to conquer the world.
Took the risk of becoming my authentic self.
And unraveling mysteries in our true crime chronicles. And that's just the beginning of what's happening on Daily Blast Live this November. We never stop talking about what you're talking about. Today's Sandals word of the day is island.
Did not get the word of the day. We all try and guess it, and none of them have said it. All right, welcome back to DBL. We love sharing your comments. Kyle Baxter wrote us in saying, love seeing you all on the covers, even though it isn't real. I just want to do a great job on the graphics. Let's go through them again really quick. Brandon.
Hey.
Brandon's looks great.
Yeah, Brandon's is good.
All right, don't give too many compliments.
All right, who we got? Al next or Lindsay?
No, it's Hater
Lindsay. Looking purple and beautiful. Then we got
my
Al.
mom.
Yeah.
And then we got my Just Cross Stitch. Looking good,
I'm
guys.
subscribing to that.
Come on down to Al Jackson Toyota.
There you go. We'll see you same time, same place tomorrow.
it.